News and rumors of the Nintendo Switch 2 keeps on growing and growing over the time ever since Direct. Well, I guess the Nintendo Switch 2 really is becoming a thing. Neho, guten Tag everyone, this is United here and welcome to another talk video. Now, you may notice something? Why yes, I made myself some new sprites for my character when I do these talk videos. Remember back in the years I had my own versions of them and yeah, I needed a fixer-upper, so voila, here we have the new and improved character sprite. Anyway, back to this subject. Not too long ago, I talked about how I was worried about the Nintendo Switch 2 and what would happen to the Nintendo Switch 1 about it. I mean, I had a thought about it and thought what I should do, which I should buy, and yeah. I thought about getting a Nintendo Switch 2 because if the new console is coming right around the corner, would it really make sense that I buy the old console? But I also said that the Nintendo Switch 1 will not die anytime soon. In fact, I speculate that even the Switch 2 release, I think Nintendo will work simultaneously on both projects, just like how they worked simultaneously with the Wii and DS, or Wii U and 3DS. Speaking of the Wii U, I have a feeling that the Nintendo Switch 2 could be, well, kinda like that, or the NES with the Super NES, kinda like that. Now to the real news. Ever since the September Nintendo Direct, the rumors and speculations of the Nintendo Switch 2 just boomed. Back in like 2022, people have made like a little small talk about the Nintendo Switch 2, like it could happen. And then recently, when I made the other video, there were also just some small little rumors about it. But after the Direct, it exploded. It went flowing, it was growing, it was Karabara Boeing, Boeing 777. People pointing out the littlest detail and evidence that there will be a Nintendo Switch 2, and it is unbelievable. And news came one after the other, events after events, and it feels too real. At the end, yeah, I guess Nintendo Switch 2 really is happening. So let's go through these grown rumors and speculations and pinpoint evidence pointing. So the first evidence that was pointed out for the Nintendo Switch 2 was the new games like the remake of SNES Mario RPG and Paper Mario Thousand Year Door. How did they find that out? Unbelievably, the button colors. You know, back in the Super Nintendo, where the A button was red, blue was X, yellow was B, and green was Y. This is also the buttons for Emirates with their controller. Yeah, and they have it now here in RPG and Paper Mario, which they didn't have before. In Paper Mario, however, they had the colors for the GameCube. Did I get that right? I never lived through that era. But anyway, that was one thing they pinpointed and thought that would apply to Nintendo Switch 2. And I just thought, wow, what powerful imagination. Yeah, so I guess at least that's one way to point it out. Otherwise, Nintendo could be trolling us and they just put colored button letters just for fun. So they might turn us down. Don't jinx it, bro. But it does not end there. Shortly afterwards then, we had the Gamescom convention. And people have speculated that the Nintendo Switch 2 was test run behind the doors. But then if they were secretly behind the doors, how did we know about it? They used it to showcase games like Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild and comparing it to the Unreal Engine with that one Matrix game and PlayStation 5 and Xbox One. So that gives people the idea that the Nintendo Switch 2 will be as powerful, or at least more powerful than the PlayStation 4 then. Well, at least this brings up their old classic motto, now you're playing with power. Yeah. On to exhibit number 3, a secret mail with Activision. There has been something in that email with Activision speculating the Nintendo Switch 2 because they noted the NG Switch or something, meaning the next gen Switch. So it could be they already know about this. They know? Now that's a hint. And another person that knows, which leads to exhibit 4, or is it 5? Crike. There's another game and has been about to be released on the Nintendo Switch 2, according to this Twitter post by a game company, saying that it will also come, their new game, into the brand new Nintendo Switch. So voila, I think this is way too much to talk about whether it's coming or not. On to Exhibit 5, which I think this is. We have the Tokyo Game Show, where game companies show their games and gaming hardware and anything games for the upcoming projects, which is a time for the Nintendo Switch 2 to shine. But however though, Nintendo won't be saying there publicly though. But this is however also a golden opportunity to find out more about the Nintendo Switch 2. I am longing for official information. I want info. I want answers. Where's my burrito? So yeah, altogether, colored buttons, Gamescom, Activision message, this whatever game company, and the Tokyo Game Show altogether. Well, I think with all of the growing rumor and evidences and such, I think it feels too far off to even think about if the Switch 2 is coming or not. Now the question is, when do we finally get to hear about this Nintendo Switch 2 officially? When do we finally get our release, our announcement for it? Some people speculated that it would come in November. Some people speculated it might come in October or in the next coming Direct video, since the Nintendo Switch 1 released in October on 2016. Well, according to some rumors that Nintendo said that they will not be releasing any hardware until March or April, I don't know which one, spring 2024. So now this brings us to one of our questions. When will it be released? Well, with what Nintendo said, or probably was Nintendo, if they meant releasing new hardware, meaning they would officially release Nintendo Switch 2 on spring 2024, then voila, there you have it. I mean, when Nintendo Switch 1 released, it was October 2016 and released in March 2017, and that is 5 months apart. So if we get an announcement by October or the speculated November, it might make sense, it might come in spring 2024. But if they meant release new hardware as in they announce the release of the new hardware, then most likely the Nintendo Switch 2 will be released in autumn of 2024. Some people, however, might even go as far as 2025. So then does that mean we have to wait for an entire year for an announcement? Altogether, well, it all just decides to Nintendo when it's going to be released, but my speculation would be that the Nintendo Switch 2 will be released anywhere from spring to autumn of 2024. Some people said first half, some people said second half, and my hypothesis was somewhere in there. And now the second question I have is, what is the price of the Nintendo Switch 2? Well, the original Nintendo Switch was priced at $299, and then we have the OLED model priced at $349. My hypothesis would be either like anywhere from $349 to PewDiePie's chair. So somewhere in the 400s would make sense. Some of you might go as far as 500. Blah. Now another question is, what is the design? Well, this picture of the Nintendo Switch 2 that I showed in the previous video, I'm starting to doubt this design. Having this jacket is kinda ugly, and I don't know what's with this space in there. Is it supposed to slide the Joy-Con? I do, however, think the screen might look like it could be the Switch 2. But other than that, I think that's actually a silly design. And now, an important question that we're all hoping for of the Nintendo Switch 2. Will it be backwards compatible with Nintendo Switch 1? I say absolutely. I think this is... Nintendo Switch 1 had a hit of games, and I don't know what this Nintendo Switch 2 is going to be called, but if it really is going to be the Nintendo Switch 2 or Super Nintendo Switch 2, it would make sense for it to have a backwards compatibility and relation to the Nintendo Switch 1. It is similar to what they do with the Wii U or the 3DS. They were backwards compatible because the Wii and DS were hits. So yeah, backwards compatibility is vital, and it's definitely coming in. It must be. Unless they want to just break our expectations. So yeah, that is my detective investigations about the Nintendo Switch 2, and I genuinely am looking forward to hearing official news about the Nintendo Switch 2. I can barely wait. But I'm patient. So yeah, thank you very much for tagging along with me, and I'll promise I'll get back to making gaming videos and video ending videos. So stay tuned for that. And as always, if you like this video, leave a like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, tongue twisters. And as always, we'll see you in the next video. Auf Wiedersehen, Joy Game, peace. Well, Luigi, out! On to exhibit number 3. A little male...